We forgot, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll put this up on YouTube with a confidential link for you guys,
Okay.
and it'll be there forever, like, you know. So unless you give it to someone, it won't be gone anywhere, you know. So, um, so that's that. Okay. Now I had asked Brenda to link me up a bit earlier, but anyway, we just got the link there now. So I'll see where it's gone now.
You're a big GA man, Kevin, are you, by the looks of that?
Do a bit, all right. So you just actually just looking to see where your QuickBooks has gone. I mean, on the screen here. One, two, oh, there it is. Yeah. Where did you pick up on the GA?
On your desktop there's about 5 folders with GA 16, 17.
We're on the ball, Norah, on the ball.
You are, you don't miss a trick.
If I was as good at my job, Fiona, as I was.
Oh,
our previous CFO was a big GA man. Martin Cook, he's involved with Cullen. I don't know if you know him, but yeah.
That rings a bell, right? Yeah. Okay.
He was the chairman there for a few years.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry I was late.
Hi, Brenda.
Apologies now, apologies. And I'm just going to sit here very quietly in the background, okay? So pretend I'm not here.
Okay, we're pretending not there. How are you doing, Brenda? I'm just chatting to the two girls there. Okay, so I'll just check. Are you looking at your own dashboard there, Norah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll go. I think I've got your biggest query sorted anyway, Brenda. Okay, I was researched at the weekend.
In relation to the debtors invoice and uninvoiced, yeah?
Yeah.
Super. I'm really looking forward to. We're all, I'm sure, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I was actually researching on the Irish version, so I might actually start with that. I've got your list of queries to be here, and I've just given the two girls the background of it. So just with QuickBooks, oh yeah, I didn't kind of finish off there. So QuickBooks, I've been using the desktop since 1995. Went online about seven years ago myself, and but still a good few of my clients are on the desktop. But we're moving them all online now with the virus stuff because it's just too awkward to go around. Otherwise, with backups backing over and lots of integrity and all that type of thing. But QuickBooks hired me this year to do a couple of things for them, and I'm doing a trip. It might be worth yourself, Norah or Fiona, if you want. There's a certification. I think it's free as well. Seminar on the 21st of January, run by QuickBooks, but it's me I in the space of 4 hours show you everything about it, and you do an exam and you get a certificate after it. So anyway, just throw it out there. You might pick up on it anyway, but it can be handy for yourselves. Yeah, I'll start with that biggest query you had, Brenda, all right, which was, now I'll just check it here. Okay, so we're recording this now. So this, we set one up already. So this estimates and progress invoicing. Okay. So this is actually your QuickBooks. I'm just looking at this here. Invoiced. This is I'm going to change this name for a minute. Age debtors invoiced. Age debtors invoiced and uninvoiced. Okay. Now what you have to do is, it'll be a task, and we might just demonstrate one on your own QuickBooks here. Okay. Move the screen out of the way. Save this for a minute. So the things I'm doing here, but they'll become more familiar as we go on. So I'm going to call a group here, Brenda. So you might be kind of wondering where I am. So I just went into reports, and you can set up specific reports for specific people. So I'm going to call one here Brenda, but we can always add more to that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've just called this report what you called it, Brenda, okay? So there it is, age debtors, invoiced and uninvoiced. Now, the way I reckon that will work with it So I was checking it up. So these are customers of yours that you've been invoicing, and that's all it kind of shows. And, now, if you go into plus here, and I'll make up a customer for you, if that's all right. Okay. Actually, we'll call it myself. All right. So it'll be easy to delete. All right. Okay. I'm also going to put in my email here for a different reason that you'll see later as well. For a few of the other queries. Okay. Sorry. Okay. You're awful quiet, ladies. Everyone's very serious.
Yeah,
All right.
we're observing.
Okay, so just going to pick one of your services here. Okay, so just on our chat, Brenda, you mentioned that you might have a typical contract. It would be 12,000, and you bill them at 1,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, you know, it breaks it down very easily, like, you know, as 1,000 a month then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. And can I just ask you, these classes here, do they mean something, or are they just in there? You know,
The country.
That's the country.
they're countries. Okay, I'll leave them alone for the moment. So I'm just looking here to see what I have. Okay, just looking at that there, but anyway. Okay, let me look at my date. Yeah, I got here to expiration date, and let's go to this time next year. Okay, I'm going to save that for a second. I'll just pick a country to the correct. Got that message coming up. Okay, so I've saved the estimate, and nothing really happens with that bit. See this word here, pending? So if I've yet signed whatever you put in front of me, say I'm going to pay you 12,000 over the next 12 months. Okay, so I'll just save that. Let's look down this report and see, did it show up automatically? Okay. Yeah. So there I am. You see that one? So that's the contract, as you would call it, all right? And it's accepted. Now let's just say, yeah, plus an invoice. Let's just say you're invoicing me. I think this is the report you need anyway, Brenda. Okay. I know this is an invoice, but let's get rid of that. Okay, so I'm just going to save, looking around here. Okay, that's saved as of today's date, okay? And I know another query, because I was through them, is how would you automate queries or something like that was on the list here. I'll come down to the moment. So say for the next 12 months, on the 21st of the month, so I've enabled recurring transactions here, what I've done down the bottom of the invoice. So the start date will be next month. Okay, and I'm just automating the entire year here. Okay, and that will make sure it automatically goes. That's a very important one to tick, that you want the bills to head off by themselves. And I've also said send it 5 days before it's due, but that might be got to do with when you DD these things.
Okay.
So I'm just looking there, and there was a question about a template. I'm going to save that template. Okay, so that's saved. Now I'll just go down to where I was there on that. Secondary one, see, did it automatically come up? Shut down bias. I'll just reload this one. I didn't show there now. Why didn't that show? Did this yesterday. Let's have a look at my invoice again. So hit plus on the invoice. First to the 12th.
Maybe no. Send later. No.
And is it because of the description that was used on that invoice, Kevin? I'm not sure if that description is a valid description.
Oh yeah, the description. You know, I'm just I did this on my own QuickBooks to check it for you. Just let me just check one other thing up here in the settings, which I think yeah, I wasn't looking behind this till today. You think? Mail.
Auto invoice reminders. That's off, Kevin. Or there, if you go down, maybe that's it. No.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Quite advanced. Trying to what the term is. Okay, that's fine. Which is it? Okay, I wouldn't think on expenses. To do with rebillable company. Must be missing it somewhere here.
Kevin, those items that are listed in the description there, they're actually on a list that are associated with certain sale items.
Are they? Okay. So they mightn't just see that come through today though. So if I did a P&L today, so I was just clicked on report. I'll just keep talking what I'm doing. So in case you have to follow it again, I'm going to make this today.
And it shouldn't actually come through to today's.
Oh yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, because we post all of our sales to the deferred income in the balance sheet.
Okay. So this item I chose isn't a P&L item, is it? Okay.
No, it's the description. You changed the description, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
So are these okay, so let me just go back to that estimate again. I'll change it to.
Yeah, Norah, you'd probably be better at explaining those items that are on the listing than I would, as you're a lot closer to work with them on a daily basis. More
Yeah, so that Arc Titan one, anything that doesn't have 2020 after it will be the old ones, and they'll go straight to the P&L. The 2020 ones, the ones that have 2020 after them, are the ones that go to deferred income.
Okay. So I'm going to do this one here. Thanks for that, Nora. Okay, so this, let's see if this is still in that report. So. Okay, so reports and anything I've kind of saved is in this custom reports area. Filter it down again. Okay, so that is still there. Now I'll just look at the invoice. It changes the same category. This guy. Gosh, land in there. God. I had this all sorted. I might have to. I'm a little stumped as to why that's not showing up there at the moment. You just have a look here a second. For today, in case it's Are you on the cash basis or the accruals basis, Nora? Do you know? Accruals
We're on
probably.
accruals. Are we on accruals, Brenda?
We should be. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
be.
Okay, let me just get myself filter this down a second. Okay, let's save that. Just yeah, just come back to this guy again. Yeah, accepted.
The product service, if you pick something in 2020.
Okay, one of those
Here-
two. One
Yeah,
of these
one of
guys.
those. Yeah, just that one. I'll just see what this work. It's through
Okay,
here.
They're the ones
I
that go
might
into
have a
the.
look at them.
They're the ones that go into the accruals.
And what about the location? Are we not supposed to, like, currently, should we not be selecting the location as an uninvoiced as well?
See, the estimate doesn't go into the profit and loss or balance sheet,
Okay.
and then so it's not affecting that. And then let me just have a quick look at. I set this up yesterday on. Okay, just come over to one of my own ones a second. God, I thought of this out of the way in seconds, and now it's. I'm just going to switch back and just have a look at my own. Now this is okay. So this is the one I worked out. Okay, accepted. Yeah. So here we were parcel billing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was the way it works is I'm accepted. Yeah, 12,000. I might just have a look at the programming of
That looks like
categories in a
what we want,
second.
you know, that does look like what we want. Well, yeah, it is what we want because
Yeah, what you need to do, we see, is somebody will have to pump in all the contracts and what stage they're at as of today, and they go in as estimates that are accepted, and then the related invoices, the uninvoiced amount, will be left up here, you know. So you'll have what's invoiced to date versus, and just I'll have a look at the setup here a second. I got that handy enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's gettable anyway. I'm just wondering what I'm missing with your one there. Okay, okay, we'll come away. But that's the way the report, is that the way you want the report to kind of look anyway, Brenda, is it?
well, no, what I would prefer is to have two separate reports. One that shows the invoiced amount, or no, the balance on the debtor invoiced account, and then the balance that is sitting in the uninvoiced amount by customer.
Okay, so the uninvoiced amount will be the figure we'll say over here.
Yeah, exactly. So that's correct. Yeah, yeah.
And you want the debtor amount as well, is it?
The debtor amount for the uninvoiced. Yeah.
Okay, but say in this case now, that would be that amount. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't see the debtor name there now. I don't see the debtor name.
Yeah. I might have called this you actually. I'll just have a look at one of the bills. Yeah, Brenda. So the debtor in this example.
Oh, right. Okay, that's perfect.
Brenda, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
But we can always add something. Okay, and just let me come back to that report on your QuickBooks in a minute, and I'll just see does it occur to me, and I'll go down through your list. I'm just a little bit baffled why it's not showing up on what you give me there. Here's Copperfasten there. All right, well, that's the first one, not an 90. Okay, Okay, here's your email to me now. Okay, so I've got your email here. Okay, and I've kind of been down through it already, so I'm going to run down through it, and feel free to interrupt me anytime. And I'm going to come back to that report then before I finish it and see if there's anything strike me. So the first question was, where is the log to see what has been sent to a customer and when? Okay, a couple of places, right? So can I just check, are you guys familiar with the dashboard around the screen? Are you very familiar with this, or?
No.
No. Okay. Well, normally what I do is, it's just because you're using it already. I'll just show you what's around the screen first, okay? And then things will seem a lot better. If ever you get lost in QuickBooks, you're clicking around the place, always come back to this dashboard, okay? And it's just like walking into the foyer of a hotel and just looking around you again to find where you're going, okay? So the two places you'll find yourself the most are up in this plus area. Okay, for doing invoices. So if a customer is paying you, you receive the payment against an invoice. So if money comes in and there is no invoice for it, it's just money landing there, and you'll find in your report there'll be a minus figure. So if the customer was Kevin Barry and I paid you €1,000, it'll be minus 1,000 because there's no invoice waiting for me. So this invoice, receiving the payment, and the same thing with bills. All bills come into your company, get them into this QuickBooks, and then you click and pay them. All right. So otherwise, there's money going out and there's no actual bills or receipts for it. A check. I'm going to show you the most important points here. A check is when you're writing a payment out that isn't paying a bill. The answer might be wages or paying back a loan. And I'm not that gone in this expense thing. The expenses, again, where money comes out of the bank account directly and there's nothing backing it up. Now, sometimes wages will go in as that, but if you were paying electricity bills or anything like that, it's always better to have the bill in there. Now, I'm just going to click on your bills here for a second. I click on a recent one, any of these, I click on that one. It's going to go down. Yeah, so question coming up is lately, because it's all email now, if people are emailing your bills, if you just want to attach them there, it saves prints them out and putting them maybe into a different part of your server because they're all in the one place. So what I mean by that is, I'm just going to click on my screen here. I have a quote here for a website for myself, so nothing. Okay, and you see the way you've got everything saved right in there. It's a very handy way for keeping track of documentation. So I'm just showing you kind of around the screen here while I'm going.
Yeah, I think, sorry, I'm happy enough with how that stuff works.
Okay.
What we're really stuck on is what's on the list, and I apologize if that's, you know, if we're rushing you somewhere, but you know, the invoicing is paramount for us.
Okay.
The recurring invoices and all the ways around it.
Okay, so all right, I'll zip in on the list. So where is the log to see where the customer has been? No problem. Again, I'll just pick one of these sales. Yeah. Now I just noticed myself there's no email in here, and this is a question about copying an invoice so the email doesn't track over.
That account doesn't go anywhere. That's just an internal account.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Just pick a different one. So
No, it's typical, isn't it?
Pick, is Marco a normal one?
Marco, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at Marco a second. Yeah, so his email, definitely every customer put their email in. Okay, I'm just looking down here for a particular reason. I'll show you why in a moment. Okay.
And do you have to put it in every time, or does it not follow through from the account?
You do have to put them in every time unless you enter them under this sales and customer. Okay, so there's all your customers there.
Mm-hmm.
And click on this first one, feed the real one. Put it here on the right. So his email is in there. As long as you put it in here in customer information, it'll always come up.
Yeah, but yeah, we always have emails attached. Those, I suppose, the accounts that aren't going anywhere, we don't.
Okay. Let's pick one so that's going somewhere. I'll carry the list again. So I'll hit plus an invoice up here left is handy for those recent ones.
Well, I'm sorry now, I'm just jumping in there now because whether an account is going anywhere or not, for going forward, I will be requiring that there is an email address associated with them because it just allows for us just to complete reporting at a even higher level. So we will need to have emails going forward.
Yeah, to answer your query, you see, how it tracks them is through the email address. And is one of these likely to have an email address?
Yeah, Irene there, yeah.
Irene, definitely. Okay, let's have a look at her. So there's her. And down the bottom here is one place. There's two places I'll show you now. This is one of them. So she would send the invoice on the 16th of December. Okay, and I can't see that she opened it now, but it would show that. Okay, and I'm just going to go copy as actually, I won't do that yet. And the second place might be kind of a report. So click on the actual invoice and scroll down, it'll be there. That's the first thing, if it's a particular invoice. And it'll also say if they've opened it or not. And the second one, okay, sales. Yeah. And I'm just looking here. So here's sales and customers. And okay, it's not here on this one. There is a there's the email, yeah. Okay, on the Irish version, there's a column I can put in there called last delivered. And I'm just noticing it's not on this one. Okay. All of emails. Let's see what it'll be here, anything. No, okay. Well, what was, I don't know why that's not there now. But here, there is a column I put in called last delivered. That doesn't seem to be on this UK version one. Customers. Look here, there's invoices. Yeah, so this is looking how this one is doing it. All these guys, are they internal ones there, Norah?
No.
No. Okay, you just, the reason that's got a delivery issue is because there's no email. And it's further to the right here. Yeah. See that received payment comes against the invoice. So I'll just click on one of these. Yeah. And there's the details. Okay. So here, if it says sent, when they view just if they paid, you'll know all about that. It'll be on here. And that's telling you there. So where I am, it's slightly different in the UK version. It's sales and invoices. The Irish version is sales and customers. Be there. So let me just have a quick look at your customers there for a minute. They all seem to have emails now that I'm looking at. I'm just wondering why there's so many delivery issues. It will kind of tell you. Just go up here to the top.
Those delivery issues are probably internal things that I'm doing, particularly for that account and Z services and different accounts. So
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned, there isn't an issue with them. So it could be a workaround that I had to do in order to deliver what the customer was looking for.
All right, fair enough. Well, at least you know where to look for them now, you know?
Well, no, well, what we're looking for is something like in the QuickBooks desktop, where you had a tab that would show you exactly what anybody sent to the customer, you know, on the account, not on individual invoices, but it mustn't be there. It's obviously not available. So I could see that that customer got 4 statements and got this same invoice 6 times, or that Fiona sent it yesterday, or you know, that kind of thing. So now you need to go into the individual invoices is probably what we're saying.
Yeah, you probably are. You'll find with the QuickBooks, it's not at 100%. It'll do extra things for you, but it won't do everything the desktop will do. The desktop is extremely flexible.
Yeah.
But there's stuff being added all the time. And trying to think of a way around it. But while I'm here, I go into sales and customers again. One of the questions I had was, how do we send statements? So I'm just going to sales and customers. See here, create statements. Okay, and again, it'll come back to email, statements unavailable to.
I think that statement question was mine, and that was really about a batch of statements.
Yeah.
Not individual statements.
No, this is doing a batch fee, I think, is it? Am I looking at the right thing?
Yeah.
Say you want to do all those statements. Is it like sending everybody a statement at the end of the month, Norah, is it?
So, yeah, something like that. But I suppose our accounts are different. So before we used to be able to say I could select all of the 30-day customers or exclude the monthly customers or select all of the US customers and send them a statement with a US bank account. All of the sterling statements and send them a statement with the sterling bank account, because some of our customers pay automatically monthly, so we don't send them statements unless there's an issue. So something like that.
Okay, well, I think the solution is, again, when you get lost, click on dashboard. In this case, it would be sales, touch adjust, don't click, and into customers. And I've just noticed all the different currencies there. So say you were just doing the euro ones. And just come down. That's all I see for the moment. But say you were clicking as many as you like. Just click on this batch actions and create statements.
Yeah.
That balance forward one. Now it's saying unavailable to. The only reason. Let me have a quick look there at them. Let it come out. No statements to save.
It's a bit because the balance is zero, maybe, I don't know.
Or I'm just wondering, is there emails on those? There was though, and everything, wasn't there? Yeah. Over here, you can send an individual statement, not a batch. Okay, one of has no statements for the state. Okay. Yeah, I'm just okay, I'll see the one there with a balance on it. Maybe this guy. It's not a zero. Oh yeah, a lot of zeros on it. Okay, I picked this guy. Even though they're different currencies, just to do the principle. Date is throwing them for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was looking for a period here for me. That's all I was looking for. Okay, so we'll say we're doing one up to the 1st of June to now. What I like is actually the balance forward. Have a look at this one. Okay, there you are, yeah. What I did there, the balance forward is the statement to use, I find.
Well, we tend to use the transaction one.
Okay.
Just because people want to know what the transactions are, not what the opening balance is.
Okay, and some of them nothing got on there, and those ones I went for. Okay.
Yeah. Will you select SecureSoft?
Okay.
Just if you type in secure, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah. Clear the other ones there. SecureSoft.
So the that one.
That one.
Okay, I'm just going to go up here because we're just doing one good person.
Yeah.
Now, how far back would you want to go with them? A month or longer?
Oh, I'd go back to the 1st of January. Or actually, I'd want to go back to forever with them.
Mm.
Okay, I'll have a look there and see. Okay, that's them. And if I click save and send, it won't actually send immediately. We'll just have a look at it first.
Just do print and preview, yeah.
Okay. So I clicked the S, and over on the right I clicked the invoices there, right?
Can you go to the top of that one, Kevin, please?
Here.
Just to the first transaction on it. 10th of the first. Okay, do you mind putting in 2015 on that date? Just change it to, yeah, 2015.
Okay.
I just noticed something on his the other day when I went to send them a statement. Yeah, you see all of these things here.
The credit notes it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the questions. How do you allocate them? Is that one of the?
Well, yeah. But why are they there? Because they're not appearing on the desktop. So how would you get rid of them in order to not have an effect on the account?
Okay,
It's
start
like
with
something
that
was
first one.
allocated.
I'm just looking to see is there an obvious offset there. So that 99.50, if I try and put that against the 917 just after it, will I have a look at that? Yeah. Or Norah?
Sorry, am I on mute? Oh no.
Sorry, the 99.50 there.
Well, I'm really just wondering why it would happen or what would be the case with it.
I don't know. I mean, it must
Yeah.
have been, was it not on the desktop in the first place, no?
These things I'd say were all cleared down in the desktop, you know, long
Yeah.
since.
Um,
And I've noticed that on a few customers, and that's probably a QuickBooks issue. Maybe it's not anything you've come across.
no, I've never seen that before, but just
Mm-hmm.
if transactions were there, they would come over. Did you use the QuickBooks service to bring it from desktop into online, or did you export it yourself? You recall?
Our one of our techs did it in conjunction with QuickBooks.
Okay. Yeah, certainly I've if something was allocated before, I haven't seen it unallocated.
No, that's fine. We'll
Yeah,
we'll
I'll just have a
work
quick
on
look
with
on how
this.
to get rid of it for you though.
Yeah.
You're okay on save and send, do you? You just click that and it brings up an email.
Mm.
Yeah, we're fine on the individuals on sending
On that.
one statement. Yeah, it's
That one.
batch
Okay,
statements,
so-
obviously. So there is actually no, when you're sending a batch, you still have to tick individually what you want.
Well, you can tick the whole lot if you want, but in your case,
Yeah,
they're
well,
mixed up
yeah.
in various currencies.
But it
I
had,
don't think, I don't think that would matter though. If you were sending,
Yeah.
well, some of them you might want to send. I mean, you could tick the whole lot and just untick who you don't want to go. So there's ticking everybody, right?
Mm.
If there's some people who, for one reason or another, you don't want to send them an invoice, just untick them. And then the batch action would be create the statements and let them all off.
Yeah.
That's what we would do here now, for instance, you know, not every customer needs a statement every month. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that with the absolute amount of customers we have, and 2 accounts for some and 3 accounts for others, you know, it's just not, as the man said, it's just not ideal. But yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks.
That's how you do it. Maybe follow the currencies or something, you know, that you've done the dollar ones first. But
Yeah.
but there's no way of selecting the currency, Kevin, you know, all the ones in that currency and just bring them there in the list. You just have to
No.
go down. Yeah.
You have to go down, yeah. Have you got hundreds of, I mean, that's only A, yeah, I must see loads. Wow. Mm.
We have a few.
Okay, so where is the log to see what has been sent to a customer and when? So are you happy with that first one?
Hmm.
Okay, so you can see when they've got the stuff and when they've looked at it. so I've it recorded there anyway. It's under invoices or now if I copy an invoice, the email address does not carry through. I was kind of surprised with that one. So let me just see if we still experience on that, because I see some. I'll look at one of these that has one here, this guy. Oh, there's this. I'm just going to find an invoice from a long time ago. Okay, I'll try one a bit more recent. So I'm clicking this guy from the left, just shows it. So that's a recent one there, Nora, is it? Or
Yeah, Fiona would have done that one.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's look at that guy. I'm just going to look down at him. So this guy, you can see here part of the individual log as well. He was sent an invoice that time, but in case you need to look at that. So I'm just going to go more. Copy. Okay, he's definitely still there. And just say we wanted to charge him. I'll delete this straight after an extra 1,000. Okay, so I'll save it in case I'm missing anything. Save and close. I'm just going to click on the plus in the invoice and go back and get him. There he is there. Let's see, does it hold? Yeah. So that's holding, all right. So the only reason it wouldn't be there is if it wasn't there in the first place. And you seem to be quite strong on putting all the email addresses into every customer. Just delete this guy before we forget about him. Okay. Really, as long as the email address is in this area where they're all listed, it does. I've never lost an email address anyway. Yeah, so maybe that one is okay. Ask for a foreign exchange rate on future dated transactions. Maybe just tell me what you have in mind there. I didn't quite get that one. So if you were selling someone something next month, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the foreign exchange isn't. Let's see. I think it's the dollar guy. Now you say ask for an exchange rate.
No, if you put in, say if you put in 2021 there as the invoice date.
Okay.
Was that what was happening? I think it was.
Yeah. See, it's disappeared, the rate.
Oh yeah. No, there's no way of
Yeah.
what I've ever seen. It won't kind of give you a future rate. You can type one in.
You can, yeah. That's fine. Yeah. That's something we'll have to do ourselves internally, yeah.
Yeah, in case you have a deal with them over there, yeah. So
Fiona has quite a few of those to put in, and it won't save it unless she puts in
yeah, she needs to put in a rate. So even if the rate was 1 to 1,
out ourselves then.
Yeah, even if the rate was 1 to 1 initially. So can you set up a template to be the default? That's for the sales invoice.
Sorry, Kevin, I'm just going to jump back in there on the Forex item there. When the 1st of January does come and when there is a foreign exchange rate entered onto the system for 2021 or for January 2021, do those manually entered transactions convert to the correct foreign exchange? So say now if you were to enter it at 1 to 1 for January 2021.
Yeah, do they? Let me just check. No, they didn't, but because of so many updates, I had
that'll have a huge impact on the accounts, like, you know, if it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it just means that the girls are going to have to track each and every single item that they enter as future dated, and then go back and correct it with the correct
currency.
Yeah, will it convert back? I don't know, will it, you know?
You usually get asked if there's usually a prompt saying, do you want to
Yeah.
change all transactions
Here,
on the
actually.
1st of January or on the 10th of January or something like that?
But you'd only be changing as of for that month, like, you know, I mean, we can't change like historic data, like, you know.
No, but I think what it'll say is if I go in today to change the rate that's in there,
Yeah.
It'll say, do I want to change everything for the 21st of December?
Oh, right. Okay, okay, okay.
It won't future or past. But I don't know if something happens automatically. So this is if I went in to manually change a rate, which we don't do on a regular basis. But
my question is if you enter a future dated invoice, okay, for $1,000 for the 21st of January, okay, at a foreign exchange rate of 1-to-1, okay, for example. But then 1st of January comes along and the foreign exchange rate, which we know is going to be actually, it's actually decreasing. It's the dollar is actually losing its value. So the dollar value for 1st of January up to the 31st of January is 0.8215, for example. Okay. On that transaction that's been entered as at the 21st of January, is it going to pick up that the correct foreign exchange rate is 0.8215, or will it leave it at the 1-to-1? Because I guess for me, I'm not happy, you know, that like from an accounts reporting perspective, we can, that's a huge gap. Like, you know, even if it's like 0.02 of a difference in the foreign exchange rate. I mean, like with the large number of sales that we have on a monthly basis, that would be a huge discrepancy in the account.
Yeah, we could probably test it there in a second, but you know, when people pay, then that's on the accrual basis, is it? Do you book the stuff like when people actually pay? Then it's probably going to be a different rate again.
Yeah.
Do you book foreign exchange losses and profits all the time, or do you fix the invoices?
No, they're the foreign exchange loss and gains are posted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with foreign exchange. The well, the only way that it's going to be dead on is if we kind of go back and revise it to actual, you know, after it's paid. That's the only way. But if we're not, if it's 0.02 of a penny makes a big difference in your reporting, I don't know how. I don't think there's ever going to be a way around that, is there? You know, there's always going to be that we've gone with the rate on the day, but what we actually got paid might be more or less.
No, but the rate on the day and the rate of paid, that's fine. I like, you know, we capture that and we account for that, but it's the rate of the like of what Fiona might enter a future invoice at versus the actual rate. That's where the problem is. Like Fiona today doesn't know what the actual rate is going to be for January 2021.
Yeah. Just I'm just gonna look and see if there was one tomorrow. No, yeah, it'll prompt, but yeah, I can't see any way out of that though. Really, Brenda. You know, we're putting in an estimated rate, and just when we get there, then we have to update it.
Yeah, but then the only way out of it is not to enter future invoices. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, but that's one of the items coming up about how do we program it to automatically write the invoices as we get there. And say, I'll just go with that guy there. Yeah, you may already know this. Oh yeah, we'll go with the one I did myself there earlier. So say that was an invoice we did for myself today, or actually I'll pick an American. And that was the other. Actually, I want to. That was the one I was experimenting with, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. With when you go enable recurring payments, we don't want to emote one-to-one now. See here. Okay, so this guy, today's rate. Let's see how it. So let's pick one of the 2020 licenses. Yeah, I'm just interested in that. Okay. So you save them. Just mind that last a minute. And then when you enable them, yeah, it will update the rate at the time that they were starting on the 1st. Okay, so that will automatically send the invoice to him. Starting. And then we'll say there's going to be 6 months of them. Okay, I'll just save. So just before I go and see his name again, Sebastian. Okay, save the template. And all those guys will be under here, recurring transactions. But they'll go on the rate of the day. Like you won't, they won't be showing up in your reporting now, Brenda. They'll just. He was S. Sebastian. I can find him now. There's something here. SEB. What his name was again. 3D Histec. Okay. What there is. So that, like his invoices will issue every time, but they won't be upsetting your reporting now. In the future. Are you?
Yeah, and that's fine. But I get my question to you, Kevin, is this has been set up at the 0.8215 or whatever it is as a recurring transaction. But if, and that's fine for today because that's the current transaction or foreign exchange rate. But January is going to be different. Will it automatically pick up that there's a difference, that there's a new rate there in January for that transaction that's going to be sent in January?
I actually don't know, but I was looking there in the setup under multi-currencies. There's it here. So you can revalue it. Where's my multi? Yeah, manage. So I'm in accounted settings, hit the cog on the right, down to advanced. The home currency, and I was just looking at, so say with the dollar. So I'll just like click that. Yeah, it's got its rates at this time. I'll click that and have a look and see. Market rate or revalue rate or custom rate. Yeah, it'll pick it up daily, all right, when you log in. Let's see and see what it's doing. If there was a defined rate, we'd be telling it. But here now, it picked it up at 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, because I assume that Norah, was that you that updated the foreign exchange rates this morning? I can't, you're on mute, Norah.
Sorry. I was saying to you last week, it has to be picking it up from somewhere. Do you remember I sent you an email saying, do you change them? Because I knew they were changing, but I wasn't doing anything.
And who, Kevin, where would they be changing from? Because if we're not actually going in and updating them, where would?
That's a good question. I don't know, where it's actually getting them from, but it must be getting them from one of the
Yeah, there's a setting somewhere that we don't know about.
settings somewhere within itself. We just check here on this guy. Value exchange rates. I can find out. It must be from one of the central banks. Okay, revalue currency. So just see, does it tell us? Currency center, okay.
I guess we weren't aware that there was any external connection to any bank. And as well as that, we need to have a track of the historic rates as well.
Yeah, I saw that question about the historic rates. I've never seen them on this. I might have to kind of look into that behind the scenes and come back to you. But I certainly haven't seen the historic rates, so there could be a track of them.
I'm very surprised because a lot of, like, you know, I mean, a lot of organizations that would use QuickBooks Online for their audit, they'd need to produce historic rates.
Yeah, certainly they'd be on the invoice for the day. I suppose there must be just have a quick look in the reports area. Jumped up there. I'm just going to see that's down the end under accountant. No, nothing jumping there either. What I'll do is I'll make an inquiry where the rates come from behind the scenes, but certainly, yeah, just when you say no external, I'm just looking here to see, are your banks connected to your bank now?
Not yet. No, not on this one.
Not on this one, okay. Yeah, certainly it's updating itself all the time, the program, you know. Okay, what makes, so at the moment you can either specify a rate or else it'll look up a rate on the day. That's what's happening at the moment. And as to getting a printout of where all the historic rates are, I don't know. Rather than hold you up now, I'll probably look into this after this and come and drop you an email, you know.
Norah, just on that, would you prefer to update manually like you were on the desktop?
It depends really on what your needs are. It suits me if they're updated once we know where they're coming from and the rates. But likewise, I can do it once a month like we used to do before, unless there was a big, you know, currency dip.
Yeah.
In which case we would change it more often than once a month.
Yeah, there's been a huge dip this month.
Yeah, exactly. There's a big dive in dollar in recent times. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just very conscious of, like, we need.
We could probably discuss this ourselves. I would imagine if we're, you know, that's probably an internal thing. If Kevin finds out the where, then
yeah, I'll find out the where quick enough. No problem.
Yeah, if you can come back to us, and especially on historic rates, because that's massive. That is absolutely huge for us. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And I think
it's just so strange, all of the things that they have left out of online, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's not very. It's not very good. It's not very good, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I'll go to the next one.
Sorry, yeah, I'm asking a lot of questions and yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm encountering new stuff myself here as well. So anyway, I hope I can want to get that first report done yet. Custom form styles. Okay, so is this for a sales invoice, I presume? Must be. So
This is for one particular one. We've done all of the rest of them. What I wanted was a different company name in the form, but when I tried to do it, it seems to be, it changes our company name that we're. So I was wondering if there's a template that you can put into it, or a text box or something like that.
yeah, have you looked at this area? It looks like you have. You've been in here before.
Yeah, I've done all of the existing ones, well, in as much as I can, but we have a US company and I wanted their name on the invoice.
Instead of Copperfasten.
Yeah, exactly. But if I go to change that, it changes our company name.
Yeah. I don't think it's that easy to do that, all right? I was doing that lately with someone else and I struggled. Let me just see here. So I clicked, I was into design the template.
It's like, again, in QuickBooks Desktop, you can actually add a text box and stick it into the corner of the template, and then you can have what you want on it. But in that one there, if you
you can't, it'll change them all. Other places here under company. Yeah, so I don't think you can do what you need there. I hadn't saved. Quick. We'll look at it again. Okay, so here we are. There's the standard, which is kind of the template. Let's just say, if let's say it was technology limited. Trouble is that'll change them for them all then, I think. Yeah, I know exactly what you're aiming at. Yeah, you have different templates for different situations.
You've tried all this, Norah, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I ran into this problem recently. Yeah, so that can't be done at the moment. So you want to send from this QuickBooks, but is it for a different company?
It's that last one there. It's that last TTS US dollar bank. So that one. And I want to put, but anyway, yeah, I want to put the US company's information onto that.
Here, just come back to that one. I just want to.
Just have to go back and make sure our company name is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's back on there. Let me just have another look at this guy. Yeah, what do we do lately now? I just thinking. Yeah, we put, not ideal, we put the other company name in this area and it comes up down around here.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's all we were able to do for something kind of similar recently. Yeah. I'm not sure what the legal reason is, but it keeps the one company there. What is the US company name? The other name?
Titan Technology Solutions.
Titan Technology
US Inc.
Solutions. Let's go up here again then. Okay. No, I don't think there's any other way around it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, running aground on a few things. Okay,
Yeah.
that one. How to send a batch of invoices.
Sorry, Kevin, can I just ask a question? I'm unmuted, am I?
No,
Yes,
we
you
can
are.
hear you.
Yeah, sorry. You know, when I'm in doing an invoice, we'll say, we'll see all the different currencies there. When you set up the customer with the specific currency, like a dollar or whatever, when you're in creating the invoice, you have to go in down at the bottom and select that currency. It's not picking up their currency for the invoice, you know what I mean, for the template of the invoice. You have to do it all the time, where in the other one, it picked it up and it was, if you go into invoices there and create an invoice.
Okay.
Just a quick question, is there a way of that will default to it?
Yeah, no, maybe you just have a look at the customer again, see where the customers are set up. Oh, this is Canadian dollars, this guy.
Payment and billing, yeah.
Yeah. It does. I'm always coming across it in the Irish version anyway. And now I use the UK myself, but we're not on multi-currency.
But if you go back now to create the invoice.
Okay.
So that's fine. And then you see US dollars is coming up here.
Canadian dollars.
On your right, in the location.
In the oh yeah.
So you have to then select their currency and go back down here to customize.
No, that's automatically in Canadian. The location is just for a different report as who our US dollar people are. That's not affecting the currency on it now.
Okay, but just go down to customize down at the bottom here.
Customize, sorry. Yeah.
So you have to, it's defaulting to standard all the time. It's won't, you know what I mean? If that was a euro, you'd have to physically go in and select euro. CBOI, CTL BOI.
Yeah.
You have to physically go in each time and select that, or it's going to send it in with the US dollar invoice.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
With the US dollar bank details on the template.
Yeah.
Do you have to do that every time you create an invoice?
You know, I don't think there's any way on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's another one with the rep as well. It doesn't have a drop down list for the reps.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that as well. So you have to input that every time.
Every time, or the initials, yeah. I know on the desktop, yeah, you click a button that lists them all. That's where that's at. I did have a thought on the rep though. Yeah, I was thinking actually the rep, we could put it in as location, but there is a report, or as classes, but you both of them used up already.
Yeah, I'd rather not, because I use the location for reporting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
But is there a way of setting the that customize? Is there a way of not making it the standard, at least making it the US dollar one? Of setting a default template, so it defaults to standard. I'm not sure where it selects that from. So even if we changed it to 399, at least the bulk of our invoices are 399.
Yeah. Which one is your preferred one?
That 399, the third one down.
This one
Yeah.
here. Let's see, will it make default? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
There.
At least
And
that'll
then-
cover that, Fiona. a
Yeah,
bit
it will
anyway.
help. Yeah, but it's just,
Yeah.
you know, it's, if you're inputting a lot of invoices and, you know, sometimes you could forget to do that. But you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
picking it up.
Yeah.
I suppose the only other thing is you could come back here if you're doing, say, dollar ones first, and make,
Yeah.
and then the only thing to watch is once I've done that, that doesn't really take effect until you log out and log back in.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe that's why it didn't work before. Okay, yeah.
That's
Okay.
yeah. So if I hit plus and the Canadian guy there, again, I'd never really chance it. You pick. See, no, it's gone to there actually.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Mhm.
You're just
Okay.
gonna watch that. Generally, if you log out and log back in,
Okay.
to be on the safe side. Yeah. Not missing any of these. Can you set it to how to send a batch of invoices? So if the invoices are all done, I think we've looked at this.
Mm.
Get batch actions, send. Now, it won't go straight away on that. There's your item over there again. I hope not, anyway. You know what? I think I'm after flip and send, and that actually took off, did it?
Did, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I'm really sorry about that. Is that going to cause trouble now?
Yeah, probably.
Our emails will be flying in now.
Oh, God. I did not expect that to take off on that one. I really apologize, ladies. Lord. But anyway. We'll say about that. All right.
And Norah, you know the other, you know, when we're sending invoices in the old QuickBooks, I could see what Norah sent, she could see what I could send coming from our email addresses. Now it's all going into just from one default email address. Can there be two different email addresses for both myself and Norah so we can see which one, so that when the customer's replying, that we can get our own ones that we sent?
Yeah, do you send it through a Gmail account, or those now went out of the Intuit account, those ones? So when you're sending a bill, do you like download and attach to your email and send it that way? Is that what's going on?
No, we send
No.
it from the system. Yeah.
Send it on the system.
Mhm.
For some, there's a Gmail. I
There
haven't actually
seems to
done
be
it
just
myself yet.
one place for an email.
Sorry?
There seems to be just one place for an email, and I think it's mine that's on it. There doesn't seem to be a place to put, to point different transactions at. It's in the company setup.
Yeah, the newest thing is linking it with a Gmail address, and that way it goes through your, what they call it, Exchange. Now, I haven't seen many doing it, but it's to avoid exactly what you just said, that when people reply, it will come back into you. But that's fine if you're on Gmail, but most visitors wouldn't be.
Will we have a look at the recurring ones, Fiona?
Yeah, because we need to do these. Yeah, we need to do these today. Yeah.
What's that?
The questions on the recurring invoices that are on the system there.
Oh yeah. Just
in relation to the email, I think you can come back to us on that, Barry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep
okay.
Sorry, my apologies.
I'm looking at the list and I'm looking at the questions here. So, which is the question on the recurring you had?
The correct process. You see that one down, the second on recurring transactions.
Okay. So I'm looking at the email here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's just under.
Okay, down here. Oh yeah, recurring transactions. Correct process for this, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Just, yeah, tell me about the transaction you have in mind.
so if you go into the recurring transactions list and see the list, the size of the list that's in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to send those out on a monthly basis, whatever ones are for monthly. And it's the process of how we're going to how we do that correctly.
Okay.
And can they be automated, set up that they're automated, or do we have to go in individually and set them all up as fresh ones now with this new system?
You have a look at what's in there first. I'll click on this
Mhm.
We Buy Any Car Limited invoice. Okay. The recurring invoice. Okay, a couple of right, yeah. So maybe if this guy is a customer, this must have come through from your desktop. So if it's the first of the month, you can't set it going back. It always has to be forward. That's the first thing. So on the desktop now, if you were entering 12 invoices for 2020, you could set it up on the 1st, 2020 and say enter every month on the 15th. You closed the desktop QuickBooks, opens the desktop QuickBooks, and it put through all 12 for 2020. On the online, it's only from here forward. So this one now, I just want to hit at random. A couple of things, it won't send them automatically unless you tick that box. So always tick that. The second thing is, if we're going to go with the 17th of the month, to have a start date for this guy. So the next 17th in this guy would be January. And tell me if you want me to stop this guy afterwards. Now that will just go every month, forever and ever, unless we have a finish date. So
How will it go every month, Kevin?
Sorry?
How will it go every month? Does the system
it'll
run
go
a
by email.
program and looks for them, or?
Yeah, the program will send it on the month. I'm just going to go set this ahead, the 17th of the following month. Okay, so this one now on the 17th of January.
So if you set it for today?
Yeah, probably set for today, yeah. Okay, so that would start today now. Okay, and that'll keep going until the 17th of February.
Well,
That particular one. We see now, I have this going the 17th of the month. This will have to change now to the 21st. Okay.
We need a location in there.
Okay, so what type of location would be on this guy? Dollars?
UK sterling.
Okay, sterling. Let me just look down at him. Okay, there's
That's just the change. That's from coming over from the
yeah.
all that information. Yeah.
Okay, let's let me just save this template. I'm just reading around the screen so you're not missing anything. Okay. Class fields. Okay.
That's because of all those.
But
We
yes.
could delete all of those, yeah. Or delete the last 3 of them anyway.
Okay, we see now control. Okay. Save.
It's going to keep coming up.
You can say yes, it's fine. It
Just
doesn't
say
matter.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, GB. Okay, sorry. Oh, we need an email address guy. Okay. Back to that. So will I set that to be me actually?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay, but the most thing people forget. Now I'm not sure what time that guy will go, but he will go. And if he comes in here while we're talking. No, nothing there. There's Norah Folan there. But that's what you'll have to do. Certainly to emphasize the most important things are definitely to click. I'll go on, go down here. It's send automatically to the edit section. That must be clicked. So this is the one we just did.
So, do you see the type in this one here after the name? See the way we have it as reminder? See the template name? Yeah. What about that one there?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, well done there. Yeah, that needs to be scheduled. Yeah. Good point. That's a reminder. I'm not sure what, we don't really set this up as a reminder. We always set up a schedule that it will go.
So scheduled means we have no input whatsoever with it.
Yeah, it'll just go.
It'll go. And if there are certain ones that we have that we do need an input because the amount changes and that kind of thing. So if they stay as reminder, that's a different process, is it?
It is. Now the reminder would email them to say, I don't really use the reminder. We never really use that. I'm trying to even think what it would do to say you have a bill coming or something. But the schedule is how we do it. If you want to have an input in it, just don't have that automatically send the emails. That'd be the thing there. Your sound is coming and going a bit, Norah.
Yeah, because I'm muting it.
Okay. I'm not sure what the reminder would do. Okay, it would remind us, would come up as a pop-up. That's about all I expect. But these pop-ups, I don't know, well, perhaps if you're paying attention to them, it's fine, but they don't pop up more than once, is my experience. And if you missed them or forgot about them, do you send all the invoices on the same date, or is there a batch? It's like the invoices going every day?
No, there's typically one day in the month that Fiona goes through the bulk of them, and then I have maybe 15 or 16 that I send at different times depending on when the information is available to me. So on customer usage or that kind of thing.
Okay.
And the amounts vary on them, so we don't want those to go until they've been updated.
Yeah, well, the reminder, I suppose, would be you'd have to go with the reminder option there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we're not missing them. But the ones that you're happy to see gone will be scheduled, and that should be, I'd say you'll have to go down through all those. Looking at what I'm looking at there. You just have another quick look at another one. Sorry, that's a credit note.
So Norah, what it looks like, we just have to go, I'll go through all the customers and schedule them.
Yeah,
it'll have to all be done, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're looking here, they're all in as there's a couple of scheduled. Test for Norah, there's one. You obviously had a crack at this, Norah, did you?
I did, and very unsuccessfully. I noticed that the ones that we did send, the dates didn't change on them. So I sent some in November because I was saying that to Fiona, we have to be just so careful with what we're sending that we're not duplicating. I sent some that I thought looked like I was sending them correctly. And then when I look again, the date hasn't changed. I was expecting the next date, say, to be 15 December or 20 December or whatever would be one month on from when I sent it.
Okay. I just noticed there that automatically send emails isn't on. And this was to go on the 1st of every month, and the start date was the 2nd of December. So if you set that up on the 2nd
well,
of December.
Not that one. I wouldn't. I'm talking about ones that I sent to customers that would be on their account now, that I would be expecting the invoice date to have
changed, yeah,
to have moved on. I went in, say things like SuperHub there. I had to actually go in and manually change a date on some of them because I was afraid. But to be honest with you, the whole process is
time consuming.
No, it is time consuming because it's going to be, but it's not. It doesn't flow. It doesn't. It doesn't appear to be. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, or slick or something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stand over it. Now maybe that's because we're not doing it correctly. So this one, I don't want it to automatically send emails, and I do want a reminder. So maybe I do need to set up a reminder for it to be, but I go in and actually look at this one. But what I would like to know is now, when I go to send this one for Superhub, what do I press that this will be gone and the next date will be, the 15th of the following month?
Okay.
So it's not automatic, and the amount changes, so we don't ever want it to be automatic.
All right. Okay. You want to press the button on it. Okay, let me just come back here then. Yeah, it'll be use is what you'd be doing. So
See that here.
that doesn't jump. So say Superhub there, 15th of December.
I can't actually see that one now. Will you come down to say, I don't know, SHI? It's not. Yeah, it's just that the screen, the four names are in line with. So if you come down there, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Any of them now.
Okay. I better not send a recap of invoices again. I'm on edge now.
You
so
can do the
Superhub.
test Norah one.
Oh yeah, test Norah.
That won't go anywhere.
Just up above there. Go back up.
Oh yeah, T. That's T. Okay. So you click on there, use. That brings up the bill.
Did we look at the date?
Look at the date.
That was on it now. 21st of the 12th. Yeah.
And if we, that's to your email, isn't it? Yeah. We send that to my other class fields. This is what I thought would happen with the last one. It would bring me to an email, but actually went straight up. So then we send that. So on that test Norah, that's gone now. Yeah, just want to look into it. And
So what's the date it's saying on the next date?
going now, 1 second, we'll just have a look and see that it did. Yeah. Anyway, it's gone, and it should be down here as sent now. And you want to have a look at the next date, okay? Let's have a. So where is it? Test Norah.
Yeah, it's in my inbox.
Just a bit smaller so I can see. Next day is the first 21. That one. Just see what way you have your template set up.
Yeah.
Template was first of every month. Yeah.
Date of every month.
Yeah. So use lets it off, and there it is again. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that user friendly, the word use, but that's what it does.
So
that's what we'll have to do for them all, Norah, every month, isn't it?
For a single
the
one.
ones that alter, yeah.
Yeah, so it's obviously the way they've come across and the way we have them set up, because that's what I was doing. Because sometimes when I clicked on that edit, I would just get the top three. So use, duplicate, and pause. And then I wouldn't get skip next date or delete. And I don't know why. Do you know why that would be the case? Do you remember you were saying it, Fiona, sometimes you could do the skip next date or the
options weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why the other two might be missing, but
I can't go.
Okay, the VIES report, it doesn't exist in it.
sorry, no, this is my request because this is a revenue return that needs to be completed every single month. So
Yeah.
how does it not actually exist? How can I get around it? Because I need to have this submitted by Wednesday.
Yeah, this is the thing, how to get around it. Okay, have a look now. Yeah, just while we're on that as well, I was looking at the VAT codes here. Then you're selling to England, so that's probably the reason. Okay, I know that. I'm saying that it wasn't on it anyway. That's okay. So let's just see what we do have.
Because I looked into it before adding that to the listing yesterday because I was hoping to get that filed yesterday actually. And a way around it is apparently to pull the VAT 101 report and to just pull it by to have the country codes in there. But when I go into my one, it comes up blank. So see what I mean?
That one's not blank, is it? Okay.
Like I suspect that perhaps the VAT 101 report isn't picking up on the EU VAT listing. So that's
Yeah.
not for the EU sales. I'm not correct in saying that, Norah. It's the EU, or is it EC? I think it's EU that we actually use for the European sales, isn't it?
For sales, yeah, we use EU.
Yeah.
We use the EC for the purchases, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know that I missed the start of this, but of this call, but
We hadn't discussed anything before you came on, Brenda.
that's grand.
Yeah.
That's
We
fine.
were just getting set up, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, this is maybe where we'll have to go. So it's whilst I filled out a VIES report now, and I was going to do with exports. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see if I can get into Ross here.
I can show it to you on on the desktop. I have it open here on the desktop with well, it was called the EC sales listing on the desktop.
Okay. I'm just having a quick look. Oh yeah, VIES monthly. I'm just going to look at what the monthly one looks like. Upload, return.
So
are you able to show us your desktop there, Brenda?
I can, yeah, just 1 second now.
I might have to stop sharing here for a second to let you do that.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. So
Okay. No, I've made you a co-host there.
thank you. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I see your QuickBooks screen anyway.
yeah, so this is the desktop. So what I had to do is go into that EC sales listing, pull this. I'd actually go in and just pull the last one. Wherever that is, I'll just put the date in. Some sanity checks, I'd do some checks. I'd go down, just click on a few just to check that the VAT was actually correct here. So it's VAT EU. I'd take a good sample of these and you just have a look at them. And then what I do is go onto my Ross website and upload these as a line by line item. So I don't actually upload this form. I don't export this and upload this to revenue. I manually input it on a line by line basis. That's the way it's been set up. That's what I've inherited. So I'm not even going to attempt to change this right now. But the VAT code that we need here is the EU one. But my question, I guess, another question that I have coming from this call as well is that we need, have we set this up as a UK or an Irish QuickBooks? Because it has to be set up as an Irish one to capture the British, the GB transactions in all of the, I guess, the VIES and the revenue returns.
Yeah, this is on the UK version. It's set up in Ireland, but it's on the UK version. I know you said to me the last day it was Irish.
Yeah, I thought that it was. Yeah, I would have assumed that it was. And what impact does that have on us now, Kevin? Because, you know, from a revenue perspective, you know, for reporting, do we need to change it to the Irish version? Because I'd rather do that now rather than later because of all of the implications that it potentially could have.
The main thing is on the main difference is, does it do the reverse charge on your normal VAT return? So
okay, so that's a big thing.
that's a big thing, yeah. Now it was not doing that right previously, so you just need to. You're on the correct report here anyway. So we just see EC purchase. So see this one 13,100 here. What? Yeah. So really, that should be whatever that figure is by 21%, and it should be adding it to the sales on the T1 as well. That one there. You see the way it doesn't do that. So VAT and sales, VAT and purchase, VAT and sales. But that's probably the minus there. That looks. Let's just click into that one there.
Like which one?
I'm on your QuickBook. Am I working your one there? Am I?
Your
Exemption,
control, is it? You guys can still see my screen, correct?
Yeah, sorry, I was actually looking at your QuickBooks on my screen there. I wasn't actually looking at yours. So I was just looking at the VAT codes that you have. I was actually looking to see what the. So this is the someone in England, yeah. GB is the class, EU is the VAT code. All right, okay, EU. So let me just clicking back into it. So have a quick look here on the QuickBooks again. Okay, so just make sure I'm in there. So which figure were you looking? You were having to put each of these in, was it, Brenda?
Yeah, no, and I don't mind that. I don't mind inputting all of that information. That's fine. But how do I pull this report on the QuickBooks Online? That's my question because yeah.
EC sales. So which? Let's click into one of those again for me. Aid solutions there. Find them, yeah.
Let's click on this one. Yeah.
Okay, and click right into the invoice. I'm just looking for the VAT code on this EU one. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the. Back onto.
QuickBooks Online.
Yeah, QuickBooks Online for a minute.
Okay, I'll stop sharing and you can share your screen, or do you want me to drag this across? Have it open here.
I'm just clicking back into Copperfasten because I was. I'll share my screen again.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's have a quick look at these codes for a minute. So the one you were using there was EU. I just want to see where it goes. That was it there, sales to EU. Okay, the code to get that figure should be in the tax liability report. It'll be your way around it for now. This one here. And I'm looking for the EU code. I don't see it. Let's see here.
Yeah, I had a look at that as well, and just couldn't see the EU code. And it would be more than 64,000, I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, we.
Okay, I'll just drill down here and see. Look at it. Yeah, just a little look at it. It did kind of tell me where it was going there when I looked.
Yeah,
Edit settings, okay. Sales EU. QuickBooks Archive. I'm just going to write this down. Bit of it and the word inactive showing up there. So anything on the EU code is going into those areas on that VAT liability report. EC, okay. On one to look, you see. EC sales 0%.
yeah, but they're showing up as like the job description says that they're inactive.
It does, but we'll just see, is it coming through? I know it does. It says they're all inactive, but that's where the EU is going at the moment anyway.
Yeah, that's okay.
Goods, EC sales goods 0%. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at it. Sales. But there, EC sales 0%. Those two appear to be the ones. So the figures are still going in there, but I see the word inactive there. I'll have a look at that again in a second. That should see what's showing up in here. So I'll click on this guy. Okay, so that's where they are anyway.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Um,
Get the VAT number up onto this report as well, because that's another thing that I need the VAT number more. Like, it's not the. I'm sure you're familiar with uploading the VIES report. Like, it's the VAT number for the customers that you need, and not the name.
one of those going to be it. Hmm. Okay, no, not the account number. Just another look there. Not showing any customer VAT number there, yeah. Let me just have a look at this other guy first. Must be an old one, is it?
Please don't change anything. Yeah, don't change anything because we have notes or sometimes on those as well. And yeah.
All right, well, I just got rid of the outer scope anyway. Yeah. I'm just kind of surprised that within that file VAT return, we just right, just you have the VAT numbers for all those customers put in, yeah.
Yeah, the customer, yeah, they're always input. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They are okay. Yeah, it doesn't. So let's see where we put them. The American.
Is there a report that I can pull up QuickBooks and I can do quick VLOOKUp? Is there a report on QuickBooks that'll provide a listing of the customers with the VAT numbers, and I can just do a quick VLOOKUp then?
Okay. Are you asking me, or you said there is one? You asking me, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, are you wondering if there is, or
Yeah, I'm asking you if there is. Yes, Kevin. Yeah.
if there is? Do you need to be here? What was see is a VAT number on it? Yeah, I don't see that number on that list there now. I just want to pick one of these guys. So, sales, customers. Tax reg number, that's it there. Yeah, I don't know if the one that brings it up. I'm hoping there is. I haven't had to do too much. VIES, we don't come across them that much in my day.
Fine, like I'll be able to.
To look around for.
No, I'll be able to extract from the report that you shares there with the VAT report. Okay. What I will be able to do is to extract the transactions that are EU transactions, with 0%. But then what I also need from you is to see where I can pull a listing of the customers with the name, address, and the VAT or the tax registration number, because I need to do a quick VLOOKUP from the VAT summary report to the customer listing to show the VAT number.
Yeah. Question I don't offhand, I don't know. I don't see it jumping at me there. I'm just going to manage that again. Just looking here again with this guy. This would be the place you'd want that, but tax reg number is the name of it, but I don't see it coming up here. Let me see. No. Yeah. I don't know where the pull. I'm not too sure where it'll pull that from Brenda. You're seeing this guy. Everything's cut off except the one we want. No, they are either. Maybe. No, no luck in finding that. And it's you don't want to be going into these one by one. Just go over these customers again.
Perhaps this is something you can, I know you mentioned that you work directly with QuickBooks. Perhaps this is something that you can just check out with them and come back to me on. Like I need to have this filed by Wednesday, so I need a quick turnaround for this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, I can email them online. I'll do that. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's very unusual. Like you know, we couldn't be the only ones that produce a VIES report. So
yeah. Let me just jump out of here 1 second. Check for one of my. Yeah, it's not on the Irish one either. Mhm. And yeah, I'll check with them directly on that one.
yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that was a bit of a disappointment. Okay.
Yeah, it is. When it's a revenue, you know, it's a revenue return. It's not like, you know, we have to have this filed like that, you know, otherwise we're going to have suffer, you know, penalties and fines. So
Yeah. Okay. There was another one there about a 29-day. View on receipt showing up with 29 days. Let's say that was more you, Norah, was it?
yeah, it wasn't me anyway. So
Yeah, it's
that was it. I think it was Fiona, but I think we sorted that. We were able to get in ourselves and change the date on the terms.
exactly, yeah, or else
Yeah.
you've all there as well. Okay, so that's fine. Just the VIES report. Okay, I might come back to that last. I'm just reading your items here. Yeah, we wasn't 100% successful on some of these. Yeah, I want to have a look at that other report again. Was there, can I credit an invoice directly as per the desktop without creating a credit note? What did you mean by that? Whoever wrote that?
Well, in desktop, if you had an invoice, there was an option to just credit it. Now it would appear that you have to make a credit note, then put it in as a payment and allocate the credit
It is, yeah.
against the invoice. In that way, it just is, you know, a much, you know, it's a 3-step process now as opposed to a 1-step where you could just credit an invoice and allocate the credit there and then against the invoice, and then that was the end of it. Now we're ending up with, you know, 10 lines of payments on the customer record, when in actual fact some of them are credits and some of them are actual payments. And I was just asking if that simplified way of doing it was still there, or
that simple way isn't, but the way, which isn't too bad, is to go into this receive payment. Who was that person you had me look at from 2015 earlier?
SecureSoft.
Yeah, thanks, Fiona.
SecureSoft. Just sorry, did I spell it wrong? SecureSoft.
You're missing the E, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just that's not them now, yeah.
That's not them now.
Just secure, because it's 2 words.
Your
Second last one there.
oh yeah. Let's see how this guy. There they bring up all their invoices.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're auto doing that guy there, so I'll just click him. That's what you're saying. Yeah, what you have to do is they tick a bill above that you want to credit, and then you tick the credits down here, and that's your.
Yeah, no, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
What I was saying was that invoice 21362 in the prior system, you click on that invoice, there was an option to credit it. And it's not there, so there obviously is no, you know, within this invoice at the top, there was an option to credit, but no, you need to go out and create the credit note and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We just have another look at that report. So let me see if there's anything else here that I didn't miss. Okay. Have a quick look at that report again. Okay, so the VIES report. Okay, now I should have a quick look at this report again for you. Well, I thought I'd gone so great. No. Custom reports. Yeah, I just wonder why that's not coming through. Okay, so this guy.
What are you expecting to see there, Kevin?
I was expecting to see invoices I've done. So if
you did invoices against it, did you?
Yeah, and it'll say how much is left on invoice. So that's all the days. I might just move this back a day or two. Okay, that's that. So each of the 2020. Okay, we'll try that. Maybe it was something to do with that. 1,000. I think that was getting us closer to that solution. 81, 2020. Okay. Now go back to that invoice I did. Making sure there's nothing there. All right. And it's working well earlier, 1,000. So I'm just wondering why it's not working now. Okay, let's have a look at this report. No, it's still not coming up there. Can help. So this is the one. This is the one where if we had our contracts in there and as the invoice against them, we know how much is uninvoiced. And I just, okay. Let's accept it. We just maybe try it. This way. Maybe it needs to come off. I didn't do this on the Irish version, so I'll do it there. What's happening there now is QuickBooks itself is actually breaking down for some reason.
What?
The reason it's telling me something went wrong, it's got a little quirk within itself. That's what's going on.
What does that mean, Kevin?
It just means they have some little, what's it mean when I see that? It means they're doing some maintenance upgrade behind the scenes. And when we're working on it, it just won't process. So you have to leave it and go away from it. It doesn't happen that much, but it does happen, you know. So I'm just looking at this again now, this estimate. Right, it's just working. So I had it there at 12,000. Not working exactly as I'm one linked invoice. Okay. Yeah, what's happened there, Brenda, is whatever I'm doing with this report, it's getting okay. There, it's beginning to work now. It's not working as smooth as I wanted for you, though. What's actually happened here? Okay, so you set up your contract with all your customers, and then you have to invoice from within the what do you call it, estimate. Whereas on the other way, I did it on the Irish version, you could just allocate the invoice against it. So, just tell me again, Brenda, exactly what you want with that report. You want to know how much you've agreed with people and how much is invoiced versus uninvoiced. Isn't that it?
Yeah. So an example is on 1st of January, we have a new customer and the total contract value for 12 months is 12,000. Okay. So that is €1,000 a month that we are going to invoice this customer, okay? Because they're going to be paying on a monthly basis, okay? So we're going to invoice the customer on a monthly basis for €1,000. So come the 31st of May 2020, what I want to see is a cost first of all, on my balance sheet, I want to see the AR invoiced for this particular customer sitting at €5,000 and the AR uninvoiced on the balance sheet sitting at the €7,000. Then I also need to go in and extract a customer or a debtor's listing for the account AR invoiced and the AR uninvoiced. So I need the balance sheet value for invoiced and uninvoiced and the breakdown, the customer or the debtor listing or aged debtor listing that's sitting behind that.
Okay, and on the balance sheet as well. Okay. Well, now that I'm on your Copperfasten, do you mind if I work on that separately myself? I come back to you because I might just kind of have to put together when I say put together, kind of have to, what's the word, customize the report. The only way it'll be on the balance sheet is uninvoiced.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fairly sure the only way, like the estimates won't show on that unless we convert them to an invoice. Now the invoice mightn't be sent out.
See, that's the reason that the girls have to go in and credit note from the uninvoiced nominal into the invoiced. So
Can I just see that nominal? Is the nominal on here at the moment?
yeah.
Okay, have a look at it there. Is it called uninvoiced or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there's one. Okay. So when you do one of these credit notes, Norah and Fiona, you put like an invoice for the same amount then in, is it?
Yes.
Let me just have a look at the balance sheet there a second. I think you can't see, but now here we are. So uninvoiced sales.
It's deferred income essentially, like, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll check them on there. This one is appearing on the balance sheet as well. That's the
Well, it's a contracted value, so we have to show it on the balance sheet. Yeah.
yeah. The route to be with the estimate then still. Yeah, but just see if I look at that stuff again. Those means it's all done. Just have it there.
Is the going down the estimate route, is that then saying that Brenda will take a list of the balances on the estimates? Is that what you were saying? Because obviously they won't be posted, so she definitely won't get them in a debtors.
Yeah, I was just going to look at the setup here and see is there a way we can put the estimates in there. So if an accepted estimate went into the balance sheet, and then as it's invoiced, it would automatically move from one to the other. An estimate is uninvoiced sales. So it's just that would do it. Yeah, nothing there. Tricky one now. I'll have to come back to you on that one. I need to put a bit of thought into it. Are you okay to leave me connected to this? Well, even if you're not, I can work a way around it. I can.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I just don't want any extra. Like we have no contract in place, I guess, Kevin. So
Yeah, fine.
just
What I might do is I might re-request access to it from you. It's just I don't see. I'm kind of, yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, what they're doing is they're posting via the location. So that's why the location is so important to us.
Okay.
And as far as we can see, the only way around it is to, I guess I'm telling you what we have, well, what Norah has discovered, I'll be honest with you, just so that you're not coming back with the same resolutions to us, is to have two different accounts set up for the customers, an invoice and an uninvoiced. And that's what we want to avoid that. We didn't have that in the desktop. We want to avoid it. It's essentially where we really need to have two, probably two different accounts receivables, like, you know, parent accounts receivables, I think, set up. But
Yeah, and what way did you handle it on the desktop? What way did you book the unbooked sales?
Well, because we had multiple ARs, we had them in the one account, and it would appear on the debtors. So Brenda was able to separate the uninvoiced AR accounts from the invoiced accounts. But this QuickBooks has only one AR.
Okay. They see this here. Are you so for instance, I'm looking at uninvoiced sales 2019 US dollars. So they might need to play around with it a bit. Which is your main AR? Is it one of those?
I suppose that US dollars one would be the biggest of them.
yeah,
I mean, I'll just do a quick look at your balance sheet again. So there's debtors. Okay, so they all come up there. So 1,200, is that actually money that you've billed out in your way? Or that's kind of Euro people, or?
I don't know what that is. I'd say that's possibly the way some things came. Click on it and see.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's the way they came across, is it?
One invoice there. Anyway, management charge is probably an internal thing. So it's so that's all in your accounts receivable there, Brenda. And so this is something that came across. All sales.
yeah, these are all the balances that were transferred from the legacy system, from, sorry, the desktop, I should say.
And I'm just thinking if we could do anything with the categories that you're booking. On invoice sales, I'll look at one of those again. I'm just looking for an invoice, none of those. No invoice. Go back out of it.
No, because the girls can't post directly to, they can't post directly directly to it now.
Can I not now? Okay. You just. I'm just going into this area where you book your things. Booked sales, edit.
I think you know, maybe as Nora said earlier on, if you just select a 2020 item, if you don't mind, I think it would be just more relevant to us right now.
One of those there, yeah. Yeah, so that's rules deferred income. Pick another one.
They should all be deferred income.
Okay, and then you're pulling them out of the debtors account. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to give this a bit of thought on that one. I see now what you need. But, I don't have the answer for you this second anyway. Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with your supervision and all that, but I wouldn't mind another look at this. Maybe Wednesday morning, 9 a.m.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can look at get in touch with myself, and I'll be able to just provide access on my computer here. Okay, I just I need to just limit the access that is provided through the online account. Okay, so
Yeah.
and then just another question then, Kevin, just before we move ahead with this. I guess I honestly thought that we would have more items resolved today. So are those things going to be included in the training today, or is this going to be an additional charge that we're going to receive?
No, no, there won't be anything additional. No.
Thank you.
Yes, some of the stuff is a little bit more challenging than I expected, and you know, I didn't have much briefing time beforehand, but now that I'm looking at it, I did kind of review that full email before I came, and I kind of was expecting the Irish version, so it's the UK version, which I'm very familiar with as well. But there's a couple of other reporting requirements you have that now I see your challenges, you know. So
Yeah.
I just want to think it through. It's not unusual or anything. You just kind of need to think it through and then
Of course,
practice
yeah.
it and then do it. So I'm on the UK version myself. I don't really need your version really, but I wouldn't mind being on there at 9 a.m. on Wednesday to kind of see what I come up with. So if at least one of you could be there for that, it'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I can be dialed in. I'm sure the girls are up to their eyes with stuff anyway. So I'll be
I'm off on Wednesday, so I don't know if I'm muted, but I'm off on Wednesday, so I can't help you Wednesday, Kevin.
Okay. Well, I think I'm only down to 3 things anyway. I'm down to the currencies. I'm down to that reporting requirement and the VIES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at those two. I guess it's the debtors listing, the age debtors listing for the invoice and the unearned listing. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Has an impact obviously on the way that the girls are processing the invoices at the moment and stuff like that. And as I mentioned here, like, you know, it's one of the key reports that the key stakeholders require on a monthly basis as well. So it's absolutely imperative that we get to that. Then of course the VIES, look at it's a revenue return. I don't have to say anything else when it comes to revenue. We all know how important it is just to get things across to them on a timely basis. And I guess another concern of mine as well, Kevin, is just the fact that oh no, sorry, you did actually say that it was okay to be set up as a UK on the UK version, but an Irish company. We're fine with that, aren't we?
Yeah, you're fine with that, I think, you know. Long term, you might be better off moving over to the Irish version, but there's a big push at the moment to get into it, to do the conversion, because it's just too awkward otherwise, you know. And it works well over in England at the moment. That, like, so in England they move you from the desktop or from other programs onto the QuickBooks UK version, and another accountant I was talking to over there with said it's a dream. So now I'm told it's coming in here to Ireland. I was told that a couple of days ago, but I haven't done it yet, and you know, until we test it out and make sure it works right.
Yeah.
Is this the
I
Irish
wouldn't be pushing it that way. Yeah. But yeah, long term you'd want to be on the Irish version, really, Brenda. So long term could be like in 12 months. It's just because we've direct contact with the programmer, and these guys are all over in India, so they come on every now and again, and they ask the right questions. So,
Yeah, it's
anyway.
something. Look, if we're not directly right now, I guess if we're not directly impacted by it, we're fine. Like, you know, something that I'll definitely have in the cards for 2021. That's of course if we do stick to QuickBooks Online, because it's very very limited. I'll be quite honest with you. I guess I'll be honest. I'm very disappointed with its limitations. You know, for this stage for 2020, or we might as well 2021 now. Like, the reporting wise, it just doesn't really give us what we need.
Yeah, it's if anything, maybe like your business is a really strong. Look, I'm only guessing here, but it looks a really strong international business, and I don't know if it really set up for that.
Yeah.
Like I like the program. It works well. I'm used to it and that, but they do build themselves as being kind of the small business type entity.
Yeah.
And even though employee wise, I don't know how many you have there, but this is seems to be a very strong international bit. It should still be able for it though, like, yeah, should still have been able for like some of those things. But whatever it is about things like the VIES, I've heard that is slow coming through, all right. Anyway, I'll see just when it's the UK version, maybe it's there under some other name there, but it is the VIES in England as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, you and I will get in touch offline anyways, I think, Kevin, and we'll be able to just take it from there. I think.
Yeah, the only reason I'm mentioning Wednesdays because I'm going to Dublin this afternoon and I won't be back till tomorrow evening. So
no, that's perfect. Listen, that's absolutely perfect.
I got a Zoom at 8 anyway, so 9 o'clock is fine then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's grand.
All right. Well, anyway, you certainly put it up to me today. I'm sorry for emailing all of your customers. So.
Is there much coming back, Norah, actually?
Poor Safi is on. We got that, I got that.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a few coming back, all right, saying,
yeah,
that's not for me, you know, the usual carry on. Anyway, yeah, it's Christmas.
Yeah, this pandemonium.
Jesus. Anyway, what I just make sure to do is went to the email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.